Let's say you got the problem, you've done everything I said in the last video to get it freed up and it's still not spinning. Maybe you got to pull this whole motor apart. This one here is actually all going fine, but this one here, of course, is the seized one. So what you want to do is just knock the end of that, tap it out. Now when you first pull this out, it's going to take a bit of force because of the magnet inside there. So if it feels like it's jammed, it's not quite jammed, it's just the magnet holding it in there. You want to get this bit of sandpaper, a bit of 100 grit, just to get this main stuff off, and then go over it with a bit of 200 grit. And in here on the magnet, just give it a quick weak polish up with a bit of 200 grit. Get a little bit of grease and CRC down on that bush down in there. And on this side here, you want to tap out here. Be careful before you do it. Just go on the back here where the brushes are, and just lift the brushes with a screwdriver off the spline, just to make sure that they're not seized on there. And if they're not seized on there, then you can go ahead and tap this out, get yourself a wee bolt, tap it until you knock it out, and then off she'll come. Well, of course, but we've got the brushes now. You've got to be careful. You see there it's starting to bend from me pulling it. It's because there's a wee thing on the end there to stop it. See, there's a wee washer there. So you want to actually put something in here just to lift them, just while you pull it off. Otherwise you'll damage them. Alright, so we've got that out. You can see the brushes here. Well, and I can already see the problems with this. Of course, we've got the bushes, because they're non-bearings, they're just bushes. They're all seized. The one in here is all corroded and damaged. And of course, that's the ball that was sitting on the end of it. That ball should have actually stayed in there on the other piece, but it stayed on the spline. Oops. And yeah, basically that ball's going to be the thing spinning in there, because the spline won't spin on that at all. It's completely seized. So you can take that off as well, try and get it all a bit nicer. Now this wee shaft here where your bushes are, give that a wee clean up with your sandpaper as well, and just re-groove those grooves out a little bit. Get rid of that little bit of corrosion. And this here, as you can see, the wee knocks, it's meant to slide into there. So this here has actually been off as well. At some stage this has actually come off, which isn't a good thing. Of course, it would have made it be hitting the brushes and everything that it was trying to spin. So get that put back in those grooves. If you find it's loose, you could put a wee blob of glue in there just to hold them in. But get those plastic bits back in. So that's what it's meant to look like when it's in. You'll see here we've lost a few teeth. That's obviously come off a long time ago. That's caused some damages. But anyway, so get this all cleaned up, sanded up. Now here in the brushes, same thing. Just pull them down a wee bit, get something in there to keep that one apart. And what you want to do is just get a bit of sandpaper and just finally clean up the bits on the end there. Sand all the cruddy stuff off. Clean up all these. Now you'll see this one here is really beyond repair, but I mean I can repair it, but if you can get another motor, you're better off getting another motor when they've got to this stage. This one's just got so much going wrong. The bushes at both ends are completely corroded and buggered. Even where the bushes are, the bushes bolts, they're all getting corroded and stuff. The wee springs, so it won't be long before they end up clapping out anyway. And you'll see here capacitor. That capacitor is just about, the wire's corroded out nearly completely. And on this side the capacitor's already gone. So it actually needs another capacitor to put on there. So this one's got a range of problems. So as I say, but these are there, you fix some of the smaller ones. Of course, if it's gone to that stage where everything's buggered, if you can get another motor, just get another motor. If you're in that situation where you can't, you've got no options, well, just get yourself some real fine sandpaper, give it all a clean up inside the bush, and the same here, and then just pack them full of heaps of grease when you put them together. It'll keep you going for a temporary anyway, until you can source yourself a new one. Get this all cleaned up, get that back together, and of course there's the capacitor. You're gonna have to either buy another one if it's not there. If it's there, just reconnect it in. But it's yeah, I mean, you might be able to get another. If you're in a situation you can't even get the capacitor, you might have an old, electronic, looking at an old stereo or something. See what sort of capacitors are in there. Right, so hopefully that's helped. That's just on pulling your motor apart. Of course, putting it back together, the same thing. Bend those prongs out, just have something to hold them. You can get a pair of pliers in there, put one on that side, one tooth on that side, and pull them open, and then just slot that in. Once the brushes are over top of that lip there, you're fine. I mean, sometimes it's easy, you can actually go in on the side here, like that, and actually get down under it, and just get one over, and then you're actually just pushing over, and the other one will come over too. Yes, basically that's your motor repair. Give them a clean up, and as you can see, I mean, these brushes have got heaps of brush left on them. It's just all this corrosion. It's a right pain in the well, yeah. Right. So best luck. Hopefully it's helped you for the next part if you do have troubles and you couldn't free up your motor. So this is a way to pull it apart and get it all freed up. And get a bit of sandpaper in here, get this bush all cleaned up. You can see that. Actually, that might even be a mini bearing. If it is, it's fully seized. And if that is a little bearing that's fully seized, well, your best option is to replace it if you can. But as I say, temporary, you could clean it right out and then pack it full of grease if you're in a situation where you've got no choice. But, alright, leave a like, subscribe if it's helped, and best luck with your fishing.